Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm in a different location for this one because my filming room is a mess. We are working on packing up a lot of things and house hunting and all of that, so we have the potential of a move on the horizon, which is not a bookish goal for 2019, but it is a personal goal for 2019. So that's wreaking a little bit of havoc on my booktube filming and all of that right now. So we're going to go with what we got, and that's fine. I'm here today to tell you about my 2019 bookish goals, and they're really not that different from last year, if I'm being 100% honest. I think what I did last year worked really well, and I found like a niche of things that work for me and incentivize me, but also don't make me feel stressed out about something that is really a source of enjoyment for me. So yeah, we're basically going with a very similar breakdown as last year. The first thing is obviously my Goodreads like number of books goal, which I do every year, and every year for the last, I think, 3 years, I've set it at 52 books. That's where I'm setting it this time. That's an attainable goal for me. It's a book a week, and I feel like that is something that I can easily achieve, but also, you know, if life happens, it's still something that does require me to refocus and actually read. So, yeah. The last 3 years, I think, I've actually exceeded that by quite a bit. I was interested to realize that this year, even though I felt like I read the same amount as last year, I actually read about 15 or 16 books less than last year. So no big deal. I think I read 72 books this year, which is a lot of books. So anyways, all that, again, to say, 52 books, that's my standard goal. The next two go hand in hand and are really my main focus for 2019, and that is to read my shelf and my Bookopoly project. So I think I counted, and I have 107 books on my TBR going into 2019. I started 2018 with 117, so I brought it down by 10 books. But still, I want to get that number down closer to 50. I like to have a selection of books on hand that I can just pull from at any time. But at the same time, I started to realize last year that I like the idea of being able to go into a bookstore, buy a book, and then just read it immediately and not think about the other books that I have on my TBR, and that's something that Bookopoly helped me focus on, and I want to get closer to the point where I feel like I have a good selection that I can choose from if I don't buy any new books, but that when I buy new books, I'm buying ones to read immediately instead of buying things to put on my shelf. So that's really the main focus of my bookish goals for next year, and Bookopoly is a huge part of that. I got the idea from Elena over at Elena Reads Books. I did it last year. I did a bit of a wrap up, and I will link that up above, where I did like a recap of my 2018 goals in Bookopoly. But I will talk about it more when I actually smash my Bookopoly jar and go on my Nashville book crawl with Doris. So that is to come. It probably won't be until it warms up, because I feel like neither Doris nor I are like cold weather getting out people. So yeah, we'll probably be doing that later in the year. And I have yet to find a new suitable Bookopoly jar to replace the pineapple, and I'm sad about it. Hobby Lobby let me down. TJ Maxx let me down. So I need to find like a ceramic hollow thing that my husband can put a little slit in, and then I can smash it later, because apparently in America we don't do banks you can't open up and take money out anytime you want to. That's not a metaphor for the US. I don't know what is. Anyways, so if you want me to go into detail about Bookopoly, I will do a future video that's more of like a screen share thing. because I did change a little bit from last year. Mostly I refocused some of the properties or the categories that I'm going to be doing. I changed the dollar amounts, and I refocused my community bookshelf because I actually read most of or got rid of, DNF'd, some combination of that, my subscription box books. So I only have 5 of those left. So I consolidated those into one category, and then I added categories for books acquired in past years, so 2014, 15, 16, and 17, so that I can focus on reading those books. And I have a list of the books I have acquired in those years that I still have unread to select from, so that's exciting. I think that's mostly the other changes. The other ones were a little bit more like mechanics of how I earn money to put in the jar, which feels boring to me. But again, if you guys are interested in more information about the changes I made to Bookopoly, or me going into more detail about how I use Bookopoly to incentivize my book reading and keep me on task, then let me know and I will definitely do a video and show you my board for that, so that you can kind of see how I keep track of that as well. And then I had a couple of kind of side goals that I really want to focus on this year. So last year I wanted to focus kind of bonus goals on translated books and nonfiction. I did terrible with translated books. So again, I want to make sure that I'm reading more translated fiction this year. So I've got that as another one of my bonus goals. And then the other thing that I want to read more of this year are classics. So I really love the Penguin English Library editions of classics, and I want to buy more of them to like have as physical objects. But I've pretty much told myself that I have about 7 maybe that I haven't read, and I need to read those before I can buy more or ask for more on my wish list. So I want to focus on those this year. I have 2 Jane Austens left, and I plan on reading both of them this year. So yeah, I am really looking forward to digging into some classics because I do really enjoy them every time I read them. Even if I don't necessarily love the book, Jane Eyre, I still love the experience of reading classic literature. So yes, if you want me to do anything, I think I am doing a video. I have a video slated to do about my classics, like my classics TBR for the year, essentially. So that is more to come on that as well, but really those are my main goals. Not too heavy-handed on the goals. I didn't go very heavy-handed last year either, and it really worked for me, so I'm going to keep that trend up this year. And yeah, so I'd love to hear what your goals are down below. If you made a video or a blog post about your goals, link it down below because I love goal setting videos so much. Like this time of the year, those are the ones that I look for first. So I will watch your goal video before I watch your favorites videos. I want to see both of them, but goals are my jam. So yeah, link those down below if you've done them. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye!